What came away was a bit paradoxical because I've been in this business of disability policy for 40 years as a Canadian. And 40 years ago, we could have had the same, different people, but the same debate. And we would have raised the same problems, the same obstacles. And so in that sense, they come away with the insight of nothing has happened and things have not progressed. But paradoxically, because of the caliber of the people around the table and the nature of the perceptions and the insights that they had about what could be done and how the response to certain kinds of entrenched policy anomalies, the things that actually cause the damage for access to technology. Because of that, it was actually very heartening. It was heartening that there is progress, although probably not measurable, but there is progress. Probably you would say progress in the way we mentally think through these problems rather than actual steps. The problem is that it's just a political, there's a huge political component to this. And anytime you're trying to make policy reforms in the context of a very highly politicized environment is very, very difficult. And I guess, what is that? Is that an insight? Anyway, it's an observation. Well, insofar as I'm a researcher, speaking from the point of view of research, it's obvious, and it's said many, many times, that the only way you can move an agenda in the political sphere through policy is to make a kind of business case. So the insight that I came away with is that we need to make the argument that it's a very simplistic kind of observation, that providing people with assistive technology is a cost saver, both in preventing additional health risks and also increasing their capacity to be employed and whatnot. Now, although that's completely obvious and completely intuitive, in order to make that business case, you have to have the data. We don't have the data. So one of the first steps as a researcher is to sort of iron through some of the obstacles, fairly technical obstacles of developing metrics for the actual benefit on people's lives that is socially a social value. I mean, people's lives improve their quality of life, but for policymakers, it has to be in something that has a more economic metric to it. And, it's a challenge. It's a research challenge.